Hello, Think Natalia community. Today I want to introduce you to another fascinating human being who knows about the power of LinkedIn, of telling his story, using content, and through that helping more people. So, Yury, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me, Tanya. It's my pleasure.
You're most welcome. Tell us, where are you from? Where are you situated at the moment? And after that, we'll deep dive into what you do and what your story is.
Yeah. So I live in Cyprus and I work in Cyprus now. So originally I come from St. Petersburg, but several years ago we moved here with our family. And part of that was a big transformation that I went through myself, changing my profession, switching from a job, 9-to-5 job, to my own company and to my own business, and actually moving from one place to another. So here I am now, and it's been quite an interesting time for me the last
I
period.
can only imagine. So tell us a little bit
Yeah.
more about what is it that you do at the moment, your own business, your own practice. How do you help other people? How do you improve their lives?
Yeah. So I'm working for the last 5 years, more than 5 years. I've been working as a coach, as a professional coach. So I'm a member of ICF, International Coach Federation, and PCC. So this year I will be applying for MCC now. So it's more than 2,500 hours. So that's a lot of hours talking to people, not only talking surely, but helping people. And I basically deal with two things. One thing is burnout and stress. So, and the reason is simple. Originally, I'm a lawyer, and 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I was absolutely burnt out. So I worked with huge corporations like Deloitte, Accenture, and after 17 years of corporate career, I was absolutely burned out. And that's a place where you don't have any sense, where you don't know where to go, and you think that your life is ending. So, and that was the reason why I started looking for answers. That's how I found coaching, and that's how I became a professional coach myself, because I was able to help myself, and then I thought, okay, I want to help other people as well. So that's the first thing. So I work in this capacity. I work a lot with lawyers, actually, because there's a lot of trust from lawyers, and lawyers, they usually don't trust anybody. So they only trust lawyers. So and I work with top executives here, and also with people who really are stuck with their life, I would say. So as I always say that my aim is to help people to get unstuck. So that's a great I would say purpose. And the second part is I'm also helping people to start their own business and to start their own company. So because again, this is my story. Once I realized that I don't want to be a lawyer anymore, and I want to work with people rather than with documents and transactions. So I switched from legal profession to professional coaching. And it meant that I had to start my own business, to start my own practice. I had to do all the marketing. I had to do all the sales. I had to master the online marketing tools. I had to promote myself, to position myself, and all of this. So that was quite a journey, and it worked out well, really well. So it took me 2 years to get to the same level of income I had, being a partner at
That's
Deloitte, or
fast.
being a
That's
director
good.
of, yeah. So the director of legal at Accenture. So that was fast, but it took a lot of effort and a lot of knowledge. So, and that's the second part. So I also help people who want to start their own business, or those who already started, but again, they're stuck for whatever reason. So I just help them to go to the next level. So
Okay.
basically, these are the two two main directions I'm working with.
Thanks for sharing that. And I love the fact that, I mean, some people joke about it. It's like, oh, so you go and heal yourself, or you go and transform, or you go and get yourself unstuck, whatever wording you want to use. And then once you did that for yourself, very likely your future client is your old self. And your story again proves that, just like my story does the same. I realized that, you know what, I need this personal branding. And once I learned how personal branding, especially on LinkedIn, works for me, ta-da, now I'm teaching other people. That beautifully brings me to another question that I was pondering on. Why did you initially approach us? Did you appreciate some support when it comes to online marketing? What was the initial challenge? Like, why did you say, Think Natalia, I believe I want to work with you?
Good question. So, well, I've been for about 4 years, I was mainly promoting myself and developing my practice through Facebook and Instagram. And at some point of time, I decided that in order to scale and also to work more with the English-speaking audience globally, I need to work with LinkedIn. So, and on LinkedIn, I just had an account, and that was it. I never used it much. It was just,
online CV, like a parking spot,
something
like
an
abandoned car.
So yeah, and I just I started looking for someone who could help me to master LinkedIn. And I don't know how your name came up, or was it the Google ad that suggested your book
Facebook
to me?
Ads, I can't remember. Maybe Facebook ads.
Maybe Facebook. Yeah, I think it was a LinkedIn or Facebook. Yeah. So the thing is that I ordered your book on LinkedIn, and that was enough for me to understand that, okay, I want to work with this person because, first of all, and it's about going through this yourself and then helping others. So I just didn't want someone who wrote a book on LinkedIn. So I wanted someone who worked in LinkedIn, who knows LinkedIn, who lives in LinkedIn, who likes LinkedIn. So, and ta-dam! So that's I found you, and I think was a perfect match because in coaching and consulting, this is my deep belief that people really don't look that much even at information. They look at the person who is giving this information. So they need a beacon. They need someone
they can relate to.
Human, yeah, they can relate to, and someone who already walked this journey, and that gives them so much motivation, so much hope, so much. I would say it's confidence in themselves, because if you did it, I can do it too.
Of course, absolutely. I mean, and that's when you approached us a few months ago and you told me that is what you want to do. I was like, yep, sure, sounds cool. Let's do it. So do you still remember your first milestone or something that you knew, like, yeah, it must work this way, but I'm not sure. And then you applied it and you thought, oh, gosh, amazing.
That was the LinkedIn profile. I spent, I don't know how many days I spent on this, It was crazy. I was sitting and I decided to do my best, how you teach to do. And I literally spent days putting together all the information about myself, all the seminars that I had, all the articles that I published, all the keynote speaking appearances, everything. So, and it was such a huge list that I thought to myself, oh my God, this looks so cool. And it was a big task to put it there. And also, I think to explain in simple words what actually you're doing. because I had trouble with that, so I had trouble with positioning. I was not quite sure who my client was, or whom I want to work with, or what do I really do. So it gave me all of this exercise. Was a bit of analysis, that I did on my own practice, understanding what I am, who I am, who I want to work with. And I think that was a turning point, because it gives so much clarity, and it helps you to cut away all the bullshit, everything that you don't really need, and just to focus on the main thing.
Beautiful. And yes, that is one of my favorite exercises. And you are not the first one who says that, whew, okay, well, I worked on my positioning, but then translating that onto a LinkedIn profile, it actually took me days. Some people also talk about weeks or a week, because first of all, not everybody has done the work before, in the sense that they don't have an overview about all of the articles that they've published. They have never invested in a photo shoot. They are very vague with their client. And for everybody who doesn't know me, I have German roots. And I do believe in doing things properly, because the whole concept that we have is based on content strategy, content marketing. And content for me is nothing else than having a conversation online. And if you don't know who you're speaking to, if you don't know who your target audience is, people will not feel as if you're talking to you. This is why I can be super annoying as a mentor or coach when it comes to poking. So what do? For whom? Who's your target audience? Why should they choose you? What makes you unique? How do you want to be perceived? And that comes from a place of kindness and of, I really want you to succeed. So thank you a ton for pushing through that. Thank you for doing the inner work. Thank you for sticking to it. And what was the end result after you arrived on the other side? Did you get more profile visits? Did you get more visibility? Did people approach you? What was the end result for you besides having more clarity?
Well, first of all, people really do look at the profile before they take a decision whether to work with you or not. They do their own research. So, and LinkedIn helps. So if the profile looks good, if it's properly updated, if you post regularly, so then you are starting to be noticed. So, and people start to trust you and understand that you are the expert, you are the specialist in what you're doing. So I think that dramatically increased the I would say the trust, because I heard from my clients and potential clients that they looked at the profile and said, wow, okay, so that was the first thing. The second thing was that I dramatically increased the prices for my products, for my courses, for my coaching. And I'll be frank with you, the program that we had, that I was in, it is an expensive one. So for me, I mean, your program, and for me, it was a bit of a stretch. It was a bit of a challenge. So, and once one of the coaches I worked with, so they told me, how much do you want to earn? I said, okay, I want this and this. And I said, okay, you're ready to pay this? I said, oh, no, that's too expensive. And that was the turning point, because I thought, okay, if I'm not willing to pay this, nobody's going to pay this to me, you know? So there is a balance in this universe, you know, it's a perfect symmetry. And then when I looked at the program, I was kind of hesitant. I thought, okay, well, should I do it or should I not do it? And then I said, okay, if I want to grow, I first need to invest. I need to pay this amount myself in order to get more. And it worked, you know, because it changes something in your head that also helps you to grow your practice. And your clients feel it, you know, they feel it, that you're on the next level, that you're one step or two steps ahead of them, and they want to follow. So that was a very important thing that that actually helped me to get back the investment within several months. You know, everything that I invested, I just was able to get back. And I think since that time, it's probably, I don't know, tripled or 4 times, 5 times investment, you know. So that's a lot. And also the working with a group, working globally and working with a group of people from all over the world. That was also a very interesting learning experience for me, you know, and thank you for that, because it also shows, as a coach, I learned a lot from you and your program, how you can actually lead lengthy programs with quite different people from all over the world. And I think the format that you have is very, very convenient. So, and it's very useful.
Wonderful. That's amazing. So you're talking about the tribe and the fact that we had people from Germany and from the US and Canada and Sweden and who else did we have there? UAE, we had some people, we had someone from Malta. I mean, the group is quite big. We are over 110 people right now, but on the calls we are maximum 10. And this is what I also love about the work with the tribe, that everybody comes in with their own challenges, with their own mindset. And what we all have in common is we're really good at what we do. We want to help more people, and we want to either grow or scale our business to the next level to improve our quality of life and to have a bigger impact. And it's just the beauty of literally just showing up, even if you don't have a question, but you show up and you listen to 5, 10, 15 questions. It will make your head spin or your mind expand towards direction that you might have never ever touched or knew that existed. I mean, I have quite a few feedbacks, I think, recently of people who said, oh, this was just phenomenal. Oh my goodness, I need to read about this. So yes, happy to hear that this also had a positive impact on you. Let's also, because we talked about lead gen, so we can skip that. Let's talk about your content. Did your content change since we started working together? So if you have a look at your content before and content now, if it changed, how did it change? Is there more consistency? Is there different types of content? Did you experiment with different languages? Do you have more visibility? Is it something totally different? Let us
know. Well, the content became shorter, definitely. So what I'm also learning is to make it even more personal than it used to be. So I always used to share some stories, but it was from time to time, occasional. So now I think it's all about stories. So because, and I think stories is the best way for people to absorb information, to learn, to actually relate themselves to the information and to you. So stories, and also I'm using quite a lot of tools in LinkedIn now. So, you know, uploading presentations and using hashtags, and so it all works gradually. Also, in terms of content, I really like the Q&A format of the sessions. So, and I introduced it with my groups, and it works perfectly. So it's a very, I like that it's very interactive, it's very live, it's very dynamic. So, and I think it's any coach can use it like that, or it can be combined with some other with coaching sessions or with some presentation or something. So it's a very interesting thing. So and I use it a lot now.
That's wonderful. That's amazing, because I have zero, what would it be? Would it be pride? I even don't know what word to use, because I'm not the person who invented the group coaching setting. I mean, it's like I heard somebody did there and somebody did this and somebody did that, and I listened and I observed and I realized, you know what? Yep, it works for us and I figured out a way that works for me. So I would never, ever say, let's have more than what was the biggest group? I think the biggest group most probably was 12 or so. And keeping the energy level high and answering in a very specific way and really truly listening to 12 people that can easily then end up in 1.5 or 2 hours, that is borderline. That's something I can do. But I would be never ever able to have 200 people there staring at the screen of no faces and give custom tailored high energy advice, solutions, perspectives. That is just a concept that doesn't work for me. Might work for other people, cool. And I decided I designed this business because I like humans and I like to see humans go to the next or fly to the next level. So that's why these small groups of like-minded individuals, the energy, the magic almost that is created in these sessions is just very nice. Okay, then
I just one more thing I really want to emphasize is Q&A. I mean, people usually use it. It's okay. But what I like about your sessions is that you give a chance to every person to ask a question. So you actually going like a circle. You point. You say, okay, you next, you next. And this is very important because I learn a lot and I work a lot with coaching groups globally, and my observation is that people are most of the time they're very shy. When you ask them who has got questions, nobody dares to raise a hand, or maybe one person will raise a hand, or two people will raise a hand out of a group of 10. Yeah. And it makes other people, well, they surely get a lot of knowledge from listening to others. But when you specifically ask them, it turns out that they do have questions, And this is what I mean by this, what is specific about your Q&A sessions, because everyone is heard there. Everyone has the ability to speak and to ask questions. This is very important.
Thank you so much for pointing that out. Okay, content. We talked about content. Oh, what about your network? Did your network grow? Did you change the way how you approach people? Is it maybe easier right now to convert, to get people from we're not connected to let's have a Zoom or whatever conversation? So tell us a little bit more about your network and how it changed, and maybe also a little bit about the lead generation process after that.
Okay, so about the network, what I started doing is a very simple thing, just adding people. So and it works. Yes, it's brilliant. It's genius. But I actually did it before, but I did it a bit chaotically, So it was like, okay, should I add this person or that person? Or, okay, send invitation there and there. And again, when it comes to the avatar of your client, when it comes to your positioning, you become very clear about who you really want to see in your network. Mm-hmm. And so that was also a very interesting insight for me, because now I really understand my client. I understand who I want to connect with, and I do connect with these people specifically. So I would say my network now is growing, maybe not so fast as it could. I should do more on that, but it's a quality network, so everybody who's there is there for a reason, and it's exactly the person who I know I want to connect to or I can help. And it was a very important understanding, because I think that it's not about the number of people in your network. It's about who these people are. Yeah. So my observation is that you probably don't need to have 20,000 or 200,000 people to 2 million subscribers, So because a lot of them might be from somewhere and they probably don't even understand well what you're writing, So even if you have, 1,000 people or 2,000 people there, it's a network enough already to do great business and to build your practice. So that was what I understood.
Yeah, don't get blinded by the, ooh, I need to have hundred thousands of followers. Because with all my respect, there are so many individuals that I know, not only on LinkedIn, but also other platforms. They have 50,000 or 30,000, 70,000 or 200,000 followers. And they need to ask friends to borrow them some money because they just don't know how to pay their rent. So for me, I mean, ideally, we have a big and a relevant network. So we have an and, not either or. And if it's not that big yet, we'd rather keep it small and relevant and slowly but surely grow. And what people regularly forget is, well, I regularly hear that, oh my God, I just have 500 followers. And I say, okay, let me get you a reality check. Imagine you're a speaker. Oh, actually, you are a speaker. Oh, what a random example. So you're in a hall or at the venue, and there are 500 relevant people, and you deliver a really good speech. And after that, you invite people to work with you. If you close, or if you get 10% people on the phone, wait, 10% from 500, well, there's actually 50 calls. Well, and if you then close again 10% of that, think about it. So, I mean, it's, as long as the number is relevant and people like you and they build a relationship with you, fantastic. What is it that you're complaining about? It is this comparison of followers, which is just it's not helpful. And this is put in a very mild way. So again, thanks for your awareness and for not getting blinded by, oh my God, I need to have more followers, because that's just, it can be exhausting and it can be energy sucking and it can make the whole thing really, really tiring. If you just run after this, I need to have more followers, I need to have more followers. Yeah, for what? And how many can you
And
convert?
not to lose them. Oh my God, I'm losing subscribers. Oh, where are they all going?
Yeah, it's like,
I need to get them back.
Exactly. Yeah, let's look on the strategy. Good. Okay, this as well. Maybe also interesting. I love that question. What is your biggest transformation so far, or the aspect that you're most proud of during the time that we work together? It can be something related to LinkedIn, to yourself, to your marketing, to your sales, to, I don't know, maybe a mindset shift that you went through. So, what's the big, the thing that you're most proud of, or the biggest transformation, can be inner, outer, whatever, that you can share with us?
For me, Natalia, it was the truly global thinking. So, because when you are stuck in one geography or in one niche or in one country or in one company or in one industry, I think that you're, well, naturally become a bit narrow-minded. So, and the programs like yours, I think their biggest value, one of the biggest values, apart from all the knowledge and the experience and all this sharing and stuff, is that you're able to look at the people from all around the world. And it's a sort of, I would say, benchmarking also. You know, you understand that we're all in the same situation. Everybody has same fears, same doubts, same challenges. And when you understand that, okay, there's a person from the US, a person from Canada, a person from Brazil, a person from Germany, or a person from UK or whatever. So, and we're all human, we're all the same. And it gives so much, to me, it gives so much comfort that, you know, that you can actually scale and grow your practice. And I can grow my practice globally. There are no limits, absolutely no limits. And that people are basically the same everywhere. And I can understand them very well and I can relate. And so for me, it was like, you know, really a door to becoming truly global
Wow.
coach. So,
Wow.
and it's the biggest transformation, I think, because I think our first conversation that we had with you some months ago, when I told you that I want to grow and scale using LinkedIn and working more with international clients, and I felt very, I would say, doubtful, maybe not insecure, but doubtful whether
Helpful. Mhm.
it will work, how it will work. So no doubts anymore. So and it's
Yay!
no doubts, no fear,
Yay!
and it's a very good feeling. It's a very
Fantastic.
good
And this
feeling.
is just the beginning, Yuri. You know that as much as I do. I mean, we're both in the personal development space. We're both fascinated about human potential, about self actualization. Most probably, we're scratching on the surface of what's possible. And it already feels so rewarding and fascinating and high energy right now. So imagine where you're going to be in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
you will let me know. I'll
Yeah.
check you out on LinkedIn. Haha.
Oh,
Okay, this brings me to the last question. Who should, or should is always a big word. Let me start that sentence again. What kind of contacts would you appreciate the most in your network? What kind of people do you say, hey, if you blank, then reach out to me because I would love to have you as part of my network, would love to
yeah.
edutain you. Who should reach out to you?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, first of all, my fellow lawyers, I feel a kind of responsibility to help my tribe, because there are so many burned out professionals out there. So if you are a burnt out lawyer or a top exec, and you're feeling stuck and you don't know where to go or how to get out of this situation, so please get in touch with me. It's a matter of weeks, not years. So it's possible to get out of this.
Wonderful.
And it's like, you're standing in front of the door and it is shut, and you think that you only have one door and it is shut. But after a while, you just do several steps back and you understand that, oh my God, there are like 10 doors and they're all open. So this is the first thing. And the second is, if you are interested in starting your own business, your own practice, to transform from being an employee to a self-employed or a business owner, this. I really love Robert Kiyosaki's works and his quadrant. First is the employee, then the self-employed, then the business owner, and then the investor. So this transformation, it's a major transformation from becoming dependent on someone to becoming independent and taking your fate in your own hands and taking responsibility for yourself. I really love these moments. There's so much energy released when
Yes.
people who've been working in the office in corporations for like years and years and years, and they never dare to do this step, So if you want to do this step, if you want to jump off the cliff, and how Ray Bradbury said, you need to first jump off the cliff and then grow your wings on your way down. Otherwise, you will never jump.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's where I can help, because I actually passed this myself. I worked with hundreds of clients over the last 5 years, helping them to start their own practices and businesses, to grow them, and building their personal brands using social networks. And I know a lot now. And thank you, Natalia, also for your program and for amazing recommendations and books and people that you have. I have so many new contacts from your group and from the LinkedIn group. So it's unbelievable.
Very, very, very happy and excited and grateful to hear that. And thank you so much, Yuri, for doing what you do, for leading the way, and for helping people, for showing them what's possible. Because I believe that especially nowadays, in this crazy, sometimes crazy world that we live in, it's important that people get reminded of what's possible, and that the way how they live, if they don't appreciate it, or if they don't feel like living, if they feel like merely existing, well, maybe you are not born to exist. Maybe there is
Yeah.
more to life. So I am always very, very happy when one soul made that jump and then found a way how to tap into his ultimate power and potential, and then is out there to help more people. So once again, thank you so much for following your purpose or your mission, and for making a huge positive difference. I hope we keep in touch. And if you're ever in Dubai, let me know. If I'm ever in Cyprus, I'll definitely also let you know. And until
Thank
then,
you.
all the best for your journey. Keep on growing, keep on inspiring, and we definitely keep in touch.
Thank you, Natalia. Yes, we'll be in touch. I might be in Dubai this autumn, so we'll see how it goes. But anyway, we're in touch in LinkedIn and in the groups. So thank you again. Thank you for helping professionals to help other people, So that's what you're doing.
It's my utter sheer pleasure.